Hi everyone, my name is Vina, aka Miss WOC Reader, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to another reading vlog. So it is Friday, and I decided I want to do a weekend reading vlog. Right now I'm working, and work has been so hectic. Like, I don't even get to read in between like I used to. It's just constant phone calls and working and overseeing accounts, and I've been trying to do some reading on my breaks. So right now I'm reading The Witchery, which is by Isabelle, and this book comes out in July from Scholastic, and this was one of my more anticipated releases this year because I really wanted to see more contemporary fantasy on the YA side, featuring black girls, which this one features 3 black girls. Not a fan of the token white girl in the story. So the book has six point of views, and to be honest, I don't feel like all 6 were necessary. So one of them is the token white girl who is like a new witch just discovering her powers, and honestly, her POVs felt kind of redundant, and I didn't feel like her POV was really necessary until part 2. This book is split up into 3 parts. There are 2 male perspectives as well, and I don't feel like they really add anything. Like, everything we need from the males is really offered better by the girls' POVs, and one of the male POVs is really bothering me, which is the character Trent. So he is supposed to be Black British, and nothing about him is coming across as British at all. Like, I don't think this author did any research about how British young people actually talk. I think she just kind of made assumptions based on the romanticized view that people in the US have about the UK and other YA she's read with British characters. Because a lot of times he wasn't coming across as black, I had to say, and he definitely wasn't coming across as British. Young people in the UK do not go around calling everyone love, and they don't use the word twit. And that was like the only indicator of him being British in this book. So it was just really cringy, and also I feel like his POV just adds nothing because it's just so flat. So I am in part 3 now, and it's been kind of going up and down for me. Part 1 was pretty rough, sans a few POVs. It started to pick up in part 2 and got really interesting as more things happened. Like I said, there's 6 POVs, and it's a lot to balance, and honestly, I don't think it's fully balanced well. With using all the POVs, the 2 characters that actually stand out to me are Iris and Talia. They have the most interesting storylines going on, and I feel like because everybody has their own POV, they also have their own storylines going on, and it's not really keeping up the momentum of what's going on with them. So I would have rather that the book had just centered on like 2, 3 at the most people, because now it's going to be like a rush to wrap up these storylines in part 3, I feel. So right now it is lunchtime, and I'm having sushi. If you know, you know. And I will check in with you guys soon because I gotta eat my lunch. So I just finished work for the evening. It is now a little bit after 6:30. I am gonna eat dinner, do some cleaning, and then hopefully get some more reading done. So here's my objectives for the weekend. I'm going to finish The Witchery. Like I said, I'm on part 3, so it shouldn't be that hard to finish this weekend. Hopefully I'll get it finished by tomorrow. It shouldn't be too bad because I'm like over the 75% mark. I need to read more of Sweep of Stars. Now, Space opera is very hard for me. Like science fiction in general is just very hard for me to comprehend. So there's like a lot of words. So I started it. I got to the page 72, and there's 342 pages in this book. It releases on March 29th, so objective is to try and finish it before then. Hopefully I can comprehend some of it. It does have a glossary, which is helpful. Not a lot of books have a glossary. And then the goal is also to finish reading Seedlings, which is this really cool, like, middle grade West Indian fable inspired story collection. For Me Books recently released it, and they were nice enough to send me this beautiful finished copy. For Me Books is one of those Black independent publishers that I've been talking about, who does stories for Black children. They are based in the UK. They sent this all the way from the UK for me to review. And I really believe in their mission, and I like what they're doing, and I really hope they succeed. So I do definitely recommend, if you're looking to support a Black-owned publishing company, to check out For Me Books. Like I said, they do children's books. So if you know Black children or just children in general in your life who need more books, I highly recommend them. This one isn't too long either. It's only 107 pages. And I already read 2 of the stories. So these are my plans for now. I will check in with you guys in a little bit. So it's been a couple of hours and I'm just checking back in. Sorry if you hear a lot of noise. My neighbors are being really loud right now. But I read more of Seedlings while during the past couple of hours, and I'm really enjoying this. We often talk about the needing and wanting more diverse books, and then the diverse books that we are flocking to are in the same writing styles and have the same type of dialogue as white books that are already mainstream. So it's nice when you can get stories that have different writing styles and vernacular for the cultures that they have characters representing. So that's one of the things that I'm enjoying about the book too. The writing style is so different from my normal reads. And also, while I was away, I've been working on an interview for my blog. I'm not going to spill right now who it's with because I want you guys to be surprised next month. But I am interviewing an editor. So I think she'll be able to provide some great insight into publishing and that process. But she's also a writer, so she's going to be able to talk about the types of stories she's working on writing. And yeah, I'm going to get back to finishing that, do some editing of a video that I have lined up, and do some more reading. Hi everyone, I'm back. It is Saturday, and I actually finished the Witchery this morning, so I have thoughts. Now, right now I'm editing. I'm working on a future video that's going to go up, like, about some opinions. You know, I always have my opinions. I think I actually want to do a standalone review video for the Witchery. I'm debating. I know it's on a couple of people that I've talked to, TBRs, and honestly I feel like this is one that you don't have to pre-order, you can library request, because it's not absolutely must read. It was a decent story, but it's not one that I can see myself jumping to reread. And even like when I'm thinking of teen readers, it's an okay story for them, but I don't feel like it's a page turner. I feel like it could have been a lot more voicey. That's actually a problem that I'm finding, that a lot of the YA right now is just very flat. It doesn't have the strong voices that YA or even if you were calling them teen books at the time, had more of like a stronger character voice. You know, we're getting these high concepts, but everything is reading kind of flat and the same. Because right now I am reading a backlist book. I'm not going to mention the title because I am going to talk about it in a future video, and it's the first in a series. It's a 3-book series, and it's from the early 2010s. Like the first book was 2010, and it's paranormal, like from that time where people wanted Twilight and the Vampire Diaries and all that stuff. And the main character is just so much more memorable, and like there's like her snark is actually funny. There's a lot of jokes that I really enjoyed. It feels like real teenagers, not just some like perfected version of them. And I'm really actually enjoying it more than like the more recent YA fantasy I'm reading. And so I'm like, where are the characters like this in this stuff that's being acquired now? Like her personality jumps off the page and makes you want to continue reading. I'm not really getting it with these stories. And I'm like, I'm starting to understand why the teens would rather read backlist books and pretend the characters are black instead of reading some of these newer, more diverse books. Because I'm like, the you know, that pull to get you to read is just not there. And I know that I was speaking to an editor, and she said that, I asked her, I said, what do you think one of publishing's biggest hurdles is right now? And she said, just getting people to read. Because why would you read a book when you can stream a video? Or you can watch these series on, we have Amazon Prime, we have Netflix, we have Disney Plus, so many different platforms. Just getting somebody to sit down and read is the hard part now. And like, I feel like that's also something I've been thinking about, the length, because if I'm a regular reader and I'm getting exhausted by the length of these books, and my mom, who's a regular reader, hasn't been reading as much lately because she's just exhausted. I feel like there's a lot of people who are just exhausted. And the neat boxes that publishing wants books to fit in, that they've been trying to get these books to fit into for years, just aren't working. They like to have these stories read very, very similar, and it doesn't leave a lot of room for new voices. So with the Witchery, I thought in part 3 that Iris and Talia were really the standouts. I didn't really care for Jayla's chapters because I don't feel like she was that useful, other than when she was helping Iris, and I feel like we didn't need her POV. Logan's POV was pointless. I don't feel like she was really impactful. I thought like she would have played more of a role after part 2. It felt like, okay, so this is why we're getting her POV. Nope, never mind. Still felt very unnecessary. I didn't like her storyline at all. She was just so whiny, and I'm like, why do we have this fish out of water like white girl who can't do magic? It didn't even make any sense. Trent, another pointless POV. He was pointless throughout the whole book. Like, he could have just like been a side character. We didn't need his actual voice because it added nothing. And like I said before, he did not sound British at all. Like, it didn't make any sense. Like, this book had a great concept, but I don't feel like the magic school gave as much as it could have. And if I do a standalone review, I'm gonna elaborate a little bit more. But if you like this video and you want to see more reading vlogs from me, let me know down in the comments section below. If you are interested in any of the books that I talked about in this video, I will have them linked If you can and you're buying from Amazon, use my affiliate links. That would be great. They do help me get a little bit of commission, and then I tend to use that money to do giveaways. So thanks so much for the support. A lot of you have been supporting me since, like, even when I just had the blog to now. And thank you so much for watching. I will check in with you guys soon. Bye.